We live in an age obsessed with motivation. Everywhere we look, we are told to stay inspired, chase the feeling, and wake up hungry. Social media celebrates bursts of energy, dramatic transformations, and emotional highs. We are taught that success begins with motivation. And to some extent, that is true. Motivation matters. Motivation is the spark. It is the emotional ignition that makes a person start. It is what pushes a student to open the first page of a book, an athlete to run and enter the gym, an entrepreneur to begin a company, or an artist to create. But there is a problem. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like weather. Some mornings you feel unstoppable, other mornings you simply feel low, as if the task is impossible. If your progress depends entirely on how inspired we feel, then our future becomes hostage to our emotions. That is where discipline enters. Discipline is not loud. It's not posting motivational quotes. It does not always feel excited. Discipline is quite consistency. It is the decision to continue after the excitement disappears. The truth is simple. Motivation helps you start. Discipline helps you finish it. Consider the lives of many great performers in any field. Olympic athletes, they do not train only when they feel motivated. Writers do not write masterpieces only on inspired days. Doctors, they do not save lives only when they are emotionally energized. They rely on systems, habits, routines, and commitment. They understand a principle many people avoid. Success is rarely built on intensity. It is built on repetition. A person who studies 2 hours every day for a year will outperform someone who studies 12 hours once a week. A person who saves a little money consistently will often surpass someone waiting for the perfect moment to begin. A person who exercises regularly with moderate effort will always usually become healthier than someone chasing occasional dreams. Discipline compounds. Small actions repeated consistently creates that extraordinary results. But discipline is often misunderstood. People imagine discipline as punishment, as suffering, as restrictions, or a harsh denial of pleasure. Real discipline is not self-punishment. Real discipline is self-respect. It is the ability to act according to values instead of temporary emotions. Discipline says, I may not feel like doing this today, but I know why it matters. That is power. Feelings change, goals remain. Now, does this mean motivation is useless? Absolutely not. Motivation has an important role. It gives that vision. It creates that emotional connection. It reminds us why we started. Without motivation, discipline can become robotic. Without discipline, motivation becomes fragile. The strongest individuals combine this both. Motivation provides the direction, discipline provides the structure. Think of motivation as fire and discipline as fuel. Fire without fuel dies quickly. Fuel without fire never begins. We need both. However, if I had to choose the more important of the two for long-term success, I would choose discipline every single time. Because there will be days when motivation disappears, and there will be days with setbacks, criticism, failure, fatigue, disappointment, and in those moments, discipline becomes the bridge between who you are now and who you want to become tomorrow. The person who transform their lives are not always the most talented. They are often the most consistent. The student who keeps studying, the athletes who keep training, the entrepreneur who keeps building, the parent who keeps sacrificing, the artist who keeps creating again and again and again, not because it is easy, but because they made a commitment. And perhaps that is the deepest lesson discipline teaches us. Freedom in life often comes from mastering ourselves. The ability to control attention, the ability to delay gratification, the ability to keep promises to ourselves. That is not limitation, that is strength. So today, do not wait to feel motivated before you act. Action itself creates that momentum. Consistency builds up that confidence, and discipline creates your identity. One day of effort changes very little, but 1,000 disciplined days can change a lot, can change everything. Thank you.